Well, hello everyone, and welcome to our Sunday night broadcast, Ask Us Anything. We are Mike and Jennifer Wendland, and we are delighted to have you with us. We're coming to you from our Michigan home tonight. We've even got two cameras. Count them. Two cameras. We got here. When did we get here?
Last night.
Oh man, what time was that?
Oh, about 9:30 last night.
9:30. Oh my gosh. It was a long drive. Shall we explain what our travel schedule was like? We everybody knows we like the 3:30 rule. Yet again, we kept it, but it was 3:30 in the morning when we stopped yesterday morning. We left our grandson Matthew's football game. Actually, it was in Alabama, right near the Georgia border. We left there at 10:30 p.m. Friday
Central.
night. That was Central Time. Actually, it was 11 o'clock, almost 11 o'clock Central Time,
Yeah, I
10
was
o'clock
thinking
Eastern,
it was more towards 11.
and we drove till 3:30 in the morning. Thank goodness for Cracker Barrels, and then we drove all the rest of the way home to our Michigan home here north of Detroit. Yesterday, got in about 9:30 or so. So we're still a little tired. These cross country trips in one day are pretty much right.
They are. That they are. Even old Bo's tired. Right now he's insisting that he gets pets.
He is. Hey, we want to thank everybody here for being with us. I can see we're getting lots of questions, and we've got lots of things that we want to talk to everybody about. But first, let me just start with something that we're pretty excited about. Check this out. This is a real-time monitor of our subscriber count here on YouTube. And we really thought we would be 50,000 by tonight, but traffic across the board in just about everything has dropped because of the holiday weekend. A lot of people aren't home and they're all traveling. So if you have not subscribed, would you do me a favor and just sign up, just subscribe to us, and we would love to hit the 50,000 mark while we're on the air live. I don't know.
Otherwise, are you going to stay on until you do?
No, but you can. You
No,
can.
no, no, no.
So we'll check back throughout the show for that. And I was hoping if somebody hasn't subscribed, just click it, and we'll be able to see if we're there. And we'd love to be able to make that live. Secondly, I mentioned we have two cameras. This is a new thing I'm working. This is our. This is actually my phone, and as we're talking to you, Jennifer is petting our dog Bo. We are back on our back deck here. Bo knows, of course, that this is the time that
This is
he.
Bo time.
This is Bo time. This is the time he gets normally to run out and go for his walk, and we will take him for one after we go
As
off
soon
the
as we
air.
get done here.
So, again, I'm hoping that we can get some of you to subscribe while we're on the air. Because my goodness, a few of you did. We're up to 911, and my goal is that we could reach. For some reason, 50,000 is a big mark. Google, I think, even sends you a little certificate for it. And we've worked really hard. We've done pretty much all of this in a year. And gosh, if you can subscribe, that would be great. We love to watch that, and we're going to see if we can get up there before we go through the end of the day. But because we were planning to do a whole live show when we hit 50,000, I was going to go on about 990, but as it shows out, here we are now. And we're getting close to that, so we'd love to see it. So we'll keep chucking back throughout the day from that. A couple of quick things that we want to do before we get to all of your questions. And let me just start by showing you, we've got a couple more really cool designs that we've put for our RV Lifestyle shop, where you can get all these cool T-shirts. The first one, let me just show you this. This is a famous Carl Sandburg quote. I don't know where I'm going, but I'm on my way. That's one of our new T-shirt designs.
I like that one.
Yeah. Boy, that's us, isn't it? We've
It
said
sure
that
is.
many a time. So if you want to see that back, you can ask again. We'll show you it again. That'll be up on the store in T-shirts. And then here's another one. This is great. This is from Standing Bear, and this is so true. He says, "Man's heart away from nature becomes hard," and that is so true. So both of those designs, the Standing Bear and the Sandburn quote, will be in our store. And you can order T-shirts and logos and all sorts of stuff from there. We want you that is, the store address is right here. It is shop.rvlifestyle.com. Shop.rvlifestyle.com. That's our store. And we would love to just to get some t-shirts. I've got a whole bunch coming.
I'm just seeing that Gary's saying that we're going to hit 50K at 3:30 in the morning. That's what he's betting. You should have had some kind of a little prize or something for
Well,
the
yeah, but
time.
how you don't know who the one that subscribes is. So that would be pretty
No,
cool.
I'm talking about guessing.
Well,
Whoever predicts the time, but we should have thought of that sooner because I have no
well,
idea what
okay.
prize there would be.
Yeah. Well, we could give away a shirt of their choice to whoever predicts it. Okay. How's that? You want to do that?
Why not?
All right. Well, you know what?
That's
We're
kind
gonna.
of hard,
It's
isn't it?
gonna.
How are you going to do this?
Yeah, we're not gonna do this. It's too hard to run. She just sprung this idea on me now, and you'd have to do it in comments, and then I'd have to. It's too crazy. Hey, I like your picture. It looks like you got Lone Ranger mask on, but those are sunglasses, Gary. So, yeah. Well, we're not going to be on at 3:30 in the morning, so that
Might be driving. No.
Yeah, when we're driving, we are. All right, where are we now before we continue? We're up to 13. We got two more. We're 9:13. Keep them coming. Maybe we could. I don't know if it's possible, but man, that would be great. If we can hit, oh well, we'll see it. So we have a lot of news for you. We have a lot, and that's let's see. We talked about new shirt logos and our store. I wanted to update you. I don't know how many of you saw the video that we put up on our YouTube channel here on traveling with Bo and the information that we had with Bo and his travels and how he was doing. And we finally found a seat belt and a safety belt, and we talked about that. And then we talked about that monitor, that temperature monitor we had. Well, we really put it to use because we went to 2 football games in Georgia this past week. The temperature outside is like 92 degrees, and it was really, really hot, right?
It was.
And I have a picture here of just how cool it was when I ran the air conditioner at max with Bo in it. And there it is. That's from screen grab from my smartphone. It was 64 degrees at 6:38. 92 outside and inside the RV, and that is so handy. This is updated all the time. I had it set to give me a warning when it went to 91 degrees. So we are very happy with that temperature monitor. And if you're wondering what it is, you can go find that. It's a video. It's up on the videos for the channel here.
But do I warn them? Even with that monitor, and you have a little sign that you hang on your rear view mirror, that in some states they'll still smash your window to rescue your pet.
Florida, Georgia, Arizona, we know, and many other states you can't leave a dog unattended in a vehicle. Well, they give you a little sign that says temperature monitor, and it's a big RV. You can hear the air running, and the dog's clearly not in distress. But we were at the where were we? We were in Columbus, Georgia, and we were doing a video Friday.
Infantry.
On the National Infantry Museum and Soldier Center at Fort Benning. An incredible place. We'll have a video on that in a couple of weeks. Fortunately, they knew we were coming. The media people had greeted us, and all the security folks knew, except the people were out in the parking lot. And they came in, and they were about
when
to
I
break.
was leaving.
And we're about to break the window to rescue Bo. And even though the temperature in there was cool, 62 degrees. So, even having a monitor, you got to be careful where you leave your dog, and I'd even put a bigger sign. This is just kind of a little sign that goes on the visor. I think I need to have a big. It's air conditioned in here. That we're monitoring the temperature. It's cool.
You definitely need a bigger sign.
Got to make up a sign.
And you had talked and showed the security person your monitor and explained everything to
I'm so glad
him.
I did.
And I left after an hour because I decided I was going to go out and just sit with Bo, just to make us more secure while you finished up. And then on my way out, that security person told me that someone had planned on rescuing Bo. So we're very grateful that Bo wasn't rescued.
Yeah, we are. And Bo would have liked the company.
He would have.
Well, look at that. We're up to 914. There's our real-time thing, our real-time subscriber list. We're trying to get to 50,000. I don't know if it'll happen. Somebody unsubscribed.
Dropped.
Hey, what are you doing?
They're messing with you.
They are messing
They're
with
messing with you.
Oh, maybe I won't show this
Yeah,
anymore.
don't show that anymore.
Holy cow. We
Now you're going to
lost one.
shed a little tear.
Yeah, I am going to shed a little tear. This is sad.
Oh,
All right.
I kind of
Okay.
expected that to happen.
All right.
You better
Uh,
get to questions.
all right. Here's the questions. This comes from Karen. Please comment on the future of Roadtrek with the sale of Erwin Hymer. Okay. First of all, I wrote about that in the newsletter that goes out tomorrow for all of our newsletter subscribers. You'll read a bunch of that about that. That's our first news story of the week tomorrow in the newsletter. For the rest of you who aren't in the newsletter, I'll just kind of give you an overview. There was a story that broke this week from Bloomberg, the big financial reporting network, that the Erwin Hymer Group in Germany was receiving a bid from Thor Motor Coach, from Thor Motor Coaches, or I think that's the name, Motor Coach or Motor Homes. But Thor, they are the parent company for Airstream, okay, that they want to buy Erwin Hymer in Germany. And the story revealed that there were three other companies, in fact, that had expressed an interest and an offer to buy Erwin Hymer from the family, and that the family was considering all of those offers and would make up their mind in a few weeks. The story went on to say that if they did not sell, then they would probably, they were considering taking the company public. It's a privately held company. Erwin Hymer in Europe is what Winnebago is in the U.S. It is a huge company, valued at more than $2.2 billion U.S. And so there's at least four companies that, since the family wants to sell, or they wouldn't be making a bid, or the family may decide to keep it and go public. But there's some big doings obviously going. Now, I've called my sources, my friends, my contacts at Erwin Hymer, and to a man and a woman, they all said that because those talks are private, they've been instructed not to talk at all about this. So that's all I know. I have no other pull. They don't tell me anything ahead of time. That's all I know. I'm just playing reporter here. No comments, the official line. Now, I can tell you that there's a lot of concern among some of the owner groups and others in the RV industry about what would happen to Roadtrek because Thor, Airstream, already has a very popular Class B, the Airstream Interstate. They just came out with a B plus, a beautiful B plus, the Atlas. Would they discontinue the Roadtrek brand as many other RV companies have with different brands, different models? That's probably the most likely scenario if that happened. Who are the other bidders that are for the company? I don't know. All I know is Erwin Hymer's now. We've watched. We've known two different owners since we've started RVing, and the company has just gotten better each time. And I'm sure that that's going to happen. So there you go, Karen. That is all I know. That is all that is officially out there. The Bloomberg story, which seems pretty well sourced, seems to indicate that this will happen, and they'll make a decision one way or the other all this in the next several weeks. I can tell you this, that Erwin Hymer's in North America, that's the company, that's the Erwin Hymer division that owns Roadtrek, Erwin Hymer Group of North America. They're very actively building and selling RVs. They're going to RV shows all over the country. We'll be with them in Hershey in 2 weeks from right now. And so, whatever it is, we'll let you know. But that's a lot of intrigue. That sure caught our interest this week.
Sure did.
Yeah. So that's all I knew. I knew I'd get this question, but I talk about it a little bit more, and I got a big link to that story in the newsletter, our RV Lifestyle newsletter. If you don't get the newsletter, folks, you get lots of perks from joining the newsletter. You get a lot of discounts on RV services. I mean, big time discounts that save you a lot of money. But you also get our newsletter that comes out every Monday morning, 6 a.m. Eastern Time. It goes out. To subscribe, you have to subscribe. You can subscribe on the blog, our RV Lifestyle blog at roadtrekking.com. So there you go, Karen. That is all I know. Let's go. Mark Hopkins says, have you installed a no dirty water RV ozonator water filter yet? No. And I don't even know if they're available. When we interviewed the guy, he indicated that all the questions would be on their website. They weren't. Later on, I heard from the company, and they said that they did that presentation and for us in the interview, and they were still working out the details that it was supposed to be ready by now. I don't know if that's true. We do not have one, and they had originally said we were going to get one to try out, and that hasn't happened. So that's all I know, Mark. But it's a pretty cool device if it does what it
Mm-hmm.
says it is. It'd be nice to have. Lots of hellos from Charlie and Maureen and Matthew Woodward. I was going to say Matthew Wendland. That's our grandson. Let's see. Can you only level one axle on the travel trailer, or do you have to shim and level both? Well, you level the wheels usually is what you level. So you drive up on a wheel, or if it's a big enough travel trailer and you have drop down jacks, you can pull one side up or down. You can adjust the front and the back so it's completely leveled. Sometimes you have to if it's a really bad spot, but just always take a level inside the unit and see which way it goes back and forth and front to back, and you can just mess with it that way with jacks or leveling blocks.
Am I understanding that wrong? I'm thinking of the dually wheels that you have to adjust both wheels
No, he's
on
talking
one
about
side.
axles. So
Axles.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. The dually wheels, you got to put stuff under both of those
Yeah,
if
that's
it's a
what I thought.
van, and it looks good. Mike says hi. Mike B from Arkansas. Larry from saying hi from Wisconsin. Suzanne from Arkansas. Larry from Pennsylvania. And now let's. A couple of you said you subscribed. That's great. Let me just go back for if you're just tuning in. We're trying to hit the big 50,000 mark. Balloons and exciting. We thought we would actually hit it by tonight. I thought it would have it, but subscriptions kind of slowed and traffic on the internet has slowed because of the long holiday. So right now we are at 49,912. That's how many people. Looks like we dropped two. Why would somebody? Oh, well. Okay, so we dropped two. So somebody else make it up. If you haven't subscribed, please do. We really would love to get to that 50,000 mark. I think that would be pretty cool if we could do it while we're on here. But we'll keep watching and let you know from there. So more of your questions. Let's go to Norman, who says, just bought a Roadtrek Simplicity. Where do I get the little hose adapter to fill my clean water tank? I don't know what you mean, a hose adapter. You're talking about there's two tanks. There's the city water on the side, and then there's the tank on that model that I think is in the door. And it's just basically a little orange stopper that pulls out and you put the hose in. If that's what you're talking about, the little orange stopper, call Roadtrek itself, 888 Roadtrek, and they can maybe tell you. If you're looking for like a little funnel to make it easier, you can pick up a funnel at Walmart or Kmart or wherever. I always put my antifreeze in that way, and I have a little funnel I bought. So try it that way. I think that's what you mean. I don't know about a little hose adapter. Some people have made them, but and maybe they give you one now on new ones. I don't know, but I just use a funnel or I stick the hose right in that little tank. And that always kind of works, right?
Mm-hmm.
So lots of you just saying hi from everywhere, and that is really fun to see. Let's go on and kind of go through here. I have a line. I note a lot of folks having trouble with their volt start. Is this a big problem versus getting regular batteries? Well, I don't know anybody that's having trouble with volt start. So,
Do you think they're pushing the button too often and starting it?
yeah, there might be people. Uh, it's a remote start thing. So, what they recommend is that you take your key and you hit the lock 3 times with the key, and that starts the engine, remote start. So make sure that's working. Also, you just have to have it turned on, and it'll start your engine. So,
I mean, somebody might be hitting it a couple times. Oh, I'm not sure I locked the door, not sure I locked the door, not sure I locked the door. Oh, now why did that start? They're thinking.
yeah, that could be it. Somebody, me, would often, I'm always was paranoid. We were broken into once, 4 or 5 years ago. So I am really careful about locking the vehicle when
It
we
doesn't
pull
help
in.
when I'm saying, did you really lock the door? Is the door really locked?
And I say yes, but so I'm always hitting that lock. And what I would notice is I knew my batteries were full, and sometimes it would just start up. And I thought, what is going on with this? And it was just because I was hitting the lock thing 3 times in a row, real, within a short period of a couple of seconds, and it will start the engine. That's a remote start. Sometimes they don't tell you. Nobody told us that. So I'm kind of thinking that that's what you're talking about. You want to make sure you have your batteries on in the vehicle so that they can take the charge. But I don't know if anybody have any problems with it. It's worked really great for us, and it's really when what Volstart does is if you say you're running your air conditioner and it'll run now we've run ours for 5-6 hours in this trip that we just came back from. But so say it wears down your batteries, you finally run out of battery juice. Well, Volstart will then start up and start recharging those house batteries, the coach batteries. And what's nice about that is then you want to have your air conditioner on full blast on your dash on the engine air conditioning, and then that will keep the unit cool while your batteries get charged. It's just a really nice security
Yeah,
feature.
there's just a little operator error that's easy to have happen because there's so much to learn, so much to know.
And there's a lot of bad information out there. People say, oh, you got to turn the batteries on, and you got to turn them off, or you got to turn them on and off in this way. It's not that complicated. Just leave your batteries on and turn Voltsock on, and it works. And then there's your inverter. You need your inverter on to run the AC because the inverter runs on that. So your inverter has to be on. But it's not as confusing as it sounds once you kind of figure it all out. And I don't know of any real problems again. So it's pretty good. Um, Norman says, this is Norman again from Missouri. Heading to Florida on Wednesday, can we use the roof AC on batteries? But ref seems to be running all night, even on low, and batteries are low in morning. Or refrigerator seems to be running all night, even on low. Um, I don't know. Your refrigerator should not be running all night. Well, it should be running all night, but it shouldn't exhaust your batteries. There's got to be something more than that. And most refrigerators these days are, we're either propane or electric, running off the batteries, or AC. So I don't know how you have your refrigerator set, but you can use the roof AC on your batteries. Understand that will drain them very fast. And you're heading to Florida. We just came back from there. It's incredibly hot and humid. It's going to be even more humid because I just saw there's a tropical storm forming, they believe, in the Gulf that'll lead to a tropical depression that will lead to a tropical storm and lots of rain. So if you're anywhere near the Gulf, it's going to be a wet week, it looks like there, Norman. So let's go through there. Let's see. Thank you to Isabeth Boucher, who says she just subscribed. Thank you. Well, let's just see if that shows up, Isabel. 914. Nobody else subscribed. Come on. You got to go to RV Lifestyle Channel. You're here now watching this, so hit the little subscribe button on that, and we would be eternally grateful. Uh, you know,
Oh, I like Stone Mountain.
who's in Stone Mountain?
Up there.
Okay, here. Okay. Oh, there it is. Marcel. Is that right, Marcel? My husband Doug and I are watching from our home in Lithonia, Georgia, near Stone Mountain. That's a beautiful place. And there's Marcella, a picture of her. We think y'all hit 50,000 by midnight. Well, if we do,
Hope so.
I'll give you a shirt, Marcel. How's that? Because you'll be the winner. You can put your bets in there when you think we'll hit 50,000. And I'll tell you what, we'll give 2 shirts, because we figure a lot of you are couples out there. We'll give you 2 shirts of your choice to whoever hits the time that we hit 50,000.
Now, how are you going to keep track of this?
I'll have to go back in this list of comments and
Okay.
see who's the closest. So Marcel thinks we'll hit it by midnight. Yeah, at the rate we're going, it doesn't look good to me. We're up to 915 now, but I don't know. We'll see how that goes. Thank you so much, Marcel. We'll make this a watch party. 2 shirts from the RV Lifestyle, our shop out there, and 2 shirts from this store. You'll pick out your choice, men's or women's, and we'll send them to you, to whoever guesses it the closest. That's probably about all I can do it. Judy Payne says, isn't Thor owned by the company that owns Camping World? No, Camping World is owned by Camping World, and it's a completely different a different company, Judy. They own they're known for Airstream, which is we talked about them on the podcast this week. Just a beautiful line. Hey, I think we just got a couple more. Up to 916. Look at that. It's going. We're still getting more people on there. That's pretty good. Judy asked, are you back in Michigan? Yes, Judy. This is our backyard. And we are back. We got back Saturday night and are here until when are we? We're here.
We'll either leave Saturday or Sunday.
Yeah, we're leaving for in a week, and it'll be a pretty cool time. So let me just give you a quick look at our backyard. If you want to see it, I'll pull up our
You ought to
second
stand by
cam.
the rail and let them look
Yeah,
down. We've
yeah.
got 84 steps going down to the creek.
Well, I would, but I got this big microphone on. Yeah, there's
That's
a
true.
creek down at the bottom there, and 84 steps. I know you're all gonna get sick with me holding this thing.
They're probably going to get seasick.
And here's Bo.
It's hard to figure out because everything's just the opposite.
Yeah, Bo is waiting to go.
Don't get him seasick.
I don't want you to get seasick. Let me get that second camera out of there, and we'll go back here to the first
There
one.
you go.
So yes, we are back in Michigan, and it's good. Lots of people from all over the place. Texas, bunch of you from Texas checking in. So that's pretty good. Doug says, often the end of the hose won't go in the hole. I've never had a problem with that. So people just have a short piece of hose without a fitting. Yeah, you could do that. Just take an old piece of hose and not have the fitting on the end. Just cut that off and screw it onto the hose fitting. That's a great idea. In fact, that sounds like one of your tips, Jennifer. You ought to do that for a tip of the week. Thank you, Doug. That's a big help. And Judy says they sell a hose adapter on Amazon. So, Judy, we can probably have somebody can look that up. So that's great. People checking in from Ohio, and Karen says he's talking about what's called a hose wand, and that their rental unit came with it, and she saw it at the dealership store. So there
We
you
need
go.
somebody to call in with this tip for me.
Yeah, somebody send it up, write it up, and send it in. Jennifer
not
can
write
use
it up. They can call in.
Yeah, use that. Yeah,
Phone in.
go to roadtrekking.com, use the leave voicemail, and tell Jennifer all about it, and we can use it as a tip on the podcast this week. We get this question all the time. Which stovetop do you like better, induction or LP, gas? Jennifer?
I like them both. They both work just fine. Whichever is your preference. If you don't like propane, if you're paranoid about propane, well, don't have it. I don't have any problem with propane. And both are great.
Now, I thought you said the last time that what you liked about propane was actually
Instant heat.
instant heat and actually seeing the flame,
I'm
being able to
thinking right now
control.
about cleaning the burner
Yeah.
because I just cleaned the Roadtrek because we just got back. It's ready to go again.
Well, that's
We got
good.
back last night. Laundry's done. The Roadtrek is clean.
You had the laundry done by midnight.
Well, just about done.
Just about done?
Just about done.
Well, it was pretty close. It was.
Made the mistake of drinking iced tea, and then I couldn't sleep last night.
Oh man, I dropped off like crazy. It's a long ride coming back like that. Let's see. We've got a certain from Carlane in Rhode Island. We're researching to get our first RV. If you had to buy another, what would it be, and why? Oh, that's a tough question. There's so many great ones to pick from, but I would probably get what we have now, wouldn't you? And a Roadtrek CS Adventurous. I like the XL. You're not sure about the XL.
Well, it's just longer.
I like
But
it. It's
you
only
like
that
it.
much longer.
You've got a
much.
storage unit on the back right now, and you're falling in love with that again.
Yeah, I put that storage unit we were testing out that a couple of months ago. There's a video and a story on the channel here that you can read and watch the video. And I took it off, and it was a great unit. It was very expensive. It's made in Quebec, I believe. But I put it back on, and I really have enjoyed it. It's got a big swing away, and it's really nice. It opens from the side instead of a lid that goes up. And
Drawback how heavy it is to put on and
it's
take
heavy.
off.
You need two men to put it on because it weighs about 100 pounds, a little
Just
over,
a little awkward.
and it's long. You got to have one at each end to stick it in the trailer in the hitch receptacle. But I really like it. The downside, besides the cost, over $2,000, I think, is what that company wants. It does have two bike racks on the top, so you can take bikes on it as well. But the downside is when you put it on the back, at least of our Sprinter-based CS Adventurous XL, is those side warning lights stay on all the time because it detects something behind the vehicle very close. So if you've gotten used to those little yellow side lights that show up in your mirror on the Sprinter,
I love those lights.
I do too. Well, they're on all the time when you carry that box with them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's always there. Matthew's asking, where are you guys now? Again, we're back in Michigan, all for 6 days. Hello from to Pam in San Francisco. Um, Maureen is predicting noon on Monday for our 50,000th. Well, maybe. Let's go see what it is right now, Maureen. We are at 917, 49, 917. So we're up a few. Come on, guys, subscribe. We're trying to hit that 50,000 mark. And Maureen's prediction is noon tomorrow, noon Labor Day. We'll see how that works.
Could be.
So that's good. Again, Judy thinks it will be 10 p.m. tonight. Maybe. We'll see. And again, whoever wins that contest, I'll send you 2 shirts of your choosing, whatever you want, and you'll be able to good. Janice is guessing 3 a.m. That's what she kind of thinks it will be. And let's see, where are we guessing? Okay, we got Noreen says Tuesday by 3 p.m. Eastern time. Well, now see, it could be 10 a.m. Tuesday, and so I'm holding you to the 3 a.m., 3 p.m. Noreen.
Now, Noreen has 2 p.m. and 3 p.m.
She does?
Up here? I probably got my hand
Oh,
right.
yeah, she does. Now she says 3 p.m.
So we'll
on that
discard
one?
well,
You only get
the
one
most
vote,
current.
Noreen.
Current.
I'll
You have
take
to go with the most current.
Yeah, the most current is, I think, 3 p.m. on Thursday. That was the one. That's the one you got. You got Tuesday. All right, a lot of you going. We've got guest experts Wednesday and all sorts of things. Judy is in Ackworth, Georgia, and we just went through Ackworth yesterday morning. Very bright and early. True Purple. What's the best and worst thing about traveling? What's the best and worst thing about traveling?
Packing and unpacking. I think packing is more work than unpacking.
Now, when people hear you say that, they wonder, well, wait a minute, you have an RV. Can't you just leave everything in the RV?
I don't leave food in the RV because it gets incredibly hot, like 30
It's
degrees
back.
warmer.
Yeah, these were
The
stuck together.
headphones
These
had stuck,
that
had
part?
melted.
They had melted together,
So I don't leave
sitting in the RV. It got
things.
so hot.
And red flag, any medications that you have, put them in a little box. That'd be the logical way to do it. Little box, in, out, as you go. And I
Carry
just,
it with you.
just packing.
Packing, unpacking. That probably is the hardest part.
Probably packing for me because I like to leave the house clean because I like to come back to a clean house.
And then we take everything out. We always unpack as soon as we get home, no matter what. And
Not that you want to, but
no.
I'm kind of compulsive.
Oh, I'm pretty compulsive about it now. I did it all last night. And
It's just better to
carried
take
it in.
everything out.
So that's probably the thing. We do leave some clothes and raincoats and little things like that in there. But another reason you don't want to leave food in it is because of mice. 'Cause you don't want
yeah,
pests
you don't
in
want to
there.
encourage mice.
So that's probably the best. And then for traveling, it's traffic jams. And
We lucked out.
You lucked out. You were sleeping during. I hit 2 of them within about 2 hours yesterday.
And then we switched drivers because he goes crazy when we're bumper to bumper, and then it took right off.
Yeah, it was.
As soon as I got behind the wheel, we'd start hauling.
It was pretty crazy. So lots more guesses about when we're going to hit the 50,000 mark. John thinks by 9 a.m. tomorrow we'll hit 50,000, and that could be. We've already. I just saw we dropped another one. We're now at 917, 917. We've got about 83 to go. So come on, people, sign up. We need everybody out there. And Norman is delighted for all your comments. I love it when you guys help answer these questions. Thanks to all those who commented on the hose adapter. He said he found it on Amazon.
Yay.
Norm, send a link to us, will you? And we'll be able to share it with other people. So send us that link or what it was, the official name of it, and we can look it up on Amazon as well. Peggy says you haul your electric bikes with the storage unit. Not the
No.
one we have on the back. The bikes weigh about 60 pounds each without the batteries, maybe a little less than that, but they're very heavy. And on the top of the storage unit are a couple of bike racks where you can stick a regular bike, and then there's a big pole and they attach to it. But that was not. It's just not enough. It's just on top of the unit,
No.
and the electric bikes are too heavy. So they have their own special rack that we
And there's
travel.
only so much you can store.
Yeah, that
I
is
mean,
true.
in the garage. I mean, all these options.
Yeah, aren't we going to
Actually,
sell our good our
this
bike Fridays, our folding bikes? I was going to take those to Algonquin next weekend when we go. We should sell those, don't you think?
hmm
That was an impulsive thing. I bought two folding bike Fridays. They're really nice bikes, but we just don't use them. We got electric bikes and real bikes, and anyway. All right. Judy says I was looking at a Grand Design Imagination at Campers Inn in Ackworth, brand new Campers Inn there in Ackworth. I was thinking about a B, but newer Class Bs are out of my budget. Well, Judy, a lot of people are in the same position and they buy a used one. There are some great buys on used Class Bs. I would urge you to shop around and see what you can find with the used one, and then you can always trade up. They hold their value really well.
Our first one was used. We
Yeah,
bought a used one. We didn't go out and buy a brand new one. Going out and buying a brand new one, chances are you're not really sure what you want.
yeah, that's good. William says the RV bug has bit us. My wife and I are shopping for a 25-foot or less Class C motorhome. Having problems finding one with a mattress with a length greater than 74 inches. Suggestions. Custom made mattress.
hmm
And you probably will need a carpenter to maybe do a little extension of the sofa, and you want to have a permanent bed in it. So I think that's the way to go, is to find the model that you really like, have a carpenter take a look at it, see how they can make it a little longer, and then there are lots of places that do custom mattresses.
hmm
So you can then have a custom mattress made for you.
Actually, Bo was just requesting that we get a custom mattress. He
Oh,
thinks he'd like that.
yeah, he sure crowded us out, didn't he? Didn't he? He was really crowding us.
Bo has discovered jumping up on the bed with us.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Lots of you got. Lori says 8 a.m. Wednesday. She thinks is when we'll hit the 50,000 subscriber mark. Marcia says she can't let Marcel beat him. She thinks it'll be by 11 o'clock tonight. Who knows? Suzanne wrote a note. She loved our family reunion from the dunes. That's a video here on YouTube. Thank you, Suzette. That was a really fun
That
time we
was
had.
really fun. And it's nice you can go someplace where you can have grandma and grandpa, kids and grandkids. It's nice.
It
And
was
everybody's happy.
it was great. We were with our son Jeff and his family, our daughter Wendy and her family, and we were at Silver Lake and the sand dunes on
And
Lake
for the older
Michigan.
kids, they had the bumper cars, putt-putt golf. There were just lots of things to do for kids,
Yeah,
various ages.
yep. It was great. In your travels, anything to see in Milwaukee that you'd recommend? Milwaukee's really a great little town. They've done a big revitalization, like many towns, and they got a great downtown. They got they got lots of great beer with brewery tours that I would recommend. I'd do the Pabst Blue Ribbon one because that's kind of one of the more famous ones. They have a river that you can kayak down. It's a terrific little town. So find a campground near Milwaukee and go spend a day or two and enjoy yourself. It's very very neat little town. Very neat. So have some fun. Maureen says the Corrado, which is a Class B that is available at Campers World, seems to have long beds, but not sure the measurement. So there, you can go and take a look at that and see how they. And speaking of Milwaukee, Larry notes that the 115th. Oh yeah, I forgot about the Harley Davidson Museum there. 115th Harley anniversary this week. Celebrations all over town. So yeah, Milwaukee's a great town. I really like Milwaukee. Always have enjoyed being there. Uh, let's see. Do you have any problems finding places to boondock? No, we don't. And for a couple of reasons. One, we have a series of great apps and websites. We use RV Overnight Parking. You can find, I think, whoop, there goes our notes. You can find a little ad for them on our roadtrekking.com blog. We use All Stays Pro, which is an app, and it helps us find really great spots that don't show up in most of the other directories. And then we love to boondock at Harvest Hosts organizations. Harvest Hosts are just at wineries and farms. And coming home or on the road, when you're just going from point A to point B, there's a whole bunch of places where you can stay overnight. You don't have to go to a commercial campground. We love Cracker Barrels 9 out of 10 times when we're on the road, just going from place A to B, we'll stay in a Cracker Barrel. They're generally quiet in the back. They
Hmm.
welcome RVers. And the thing I like best about it is when I wake up in the morning, my bacon and eggs are waiting for me. I just got to go inside. So we've never had any real problems finding places to boondock, and it's good. Hey, my buddy Bill Brown from Spring Lake just subscribed. Let's see if it shows up, Bill. Let's go to our
Look at that.
let's go to our real time. Whoa, hang on a second. Let's go to our real time view, and there it is. We're almost at 49,919. Those of you who wonder what we're talking about, we're trying to get to that 50,000 subscription mark. This has been a real adventure that we have been on since we really started concentrating on YouTube about a year ago, June, wasn't it, Jen?
Yeah,
And
you've just
the
been crazy, man.
I used some stuff with YouTube, but I basically, would make. I didn't do a lot of videos, and we just really love doing the videos. You can just tell so much more by showing it. So we really got serious about it a year ago, June, and have gone from pretty just a couple thousand to hopefully 50,000 this week. And we're, if you wonder what we're doing by showing that, we were hoping, wouldn't it be cool to turn 50,000 by the time we go off the air? But we've only got another 10, 15 minutes here before we go off for the end of this show, and it would be so nice to get to that mark. So what we're going to do is we're going to give a couple of shirts to whoever comes closest to the time we hit 50,000, and I'll be in touch with you somehow or another. You can also say if you want, and if it's on this, it's got to be listed on the comments for this post. So your prediction has to be there, and then I need a way to reach you. But most of the time, I think I can just click on it. Yep. So
Hopefully, you can reach him.
I can reach
I
you.
was gonna. I
Yeah.
was wondering how you're gonna get that personal information.
Yeah. Let's see. I attended an RV event on BLM land, that's Bureau of Land Management, in Wyoming with about 50 RVs. 3 hit bottom with damage to
Ugh.
the undercarriage. All 3 were Roadtreks, 1
Ooh.
Dodge, 1 Chevy, and my Sprinter damage to power stuff.
Ooh.
Well, that's why somebody wants to go out first and walk it. You want to walk that road you're driving down and know what your clearance is. That's the
A
one
sad,
downside about.
sad
That's
tale.
a very sad thing. So 3 out of 50, so about 6% didn't check
The
that
rest
trail
probably
out.
didn't go back.
Yeah. Can we raise the body of a road trek on a rough road? No, not. I don't know of an easy way other than to get 4x4. And that's one of the reasons we were delighted to have a 4x4 in the one we have now, because it's about 8 inches or so more clearance. I don't need 4x4. I just have not, even in driving in thick snow, we haven't needed it. But that clearance is very nice. But it too comes at a cost. The cost is
You need the air suspension.
it rides much rougher. That's one. Number 2, the mileage. I only get 12 to 13 miles a gallon with mine. That's way down from what it used to be. And number 3, that step.
It's just me personally. Mike is fine. It bothers my legs. The step, that extra 4 to 8 inches, 6 inches, that step. You carry around this big old metal step.
I do, and I put it down, and
You
for
know,
some
maybe
reason,
somebody could figure out a way to attach another step under the step. I don't know, without having to carry a platform.
yep, on the 2 times. Um, let's see. Hi from Puerto Rico, from Puri de Luca. Hi, Puri. Love your channel. We're planning to buy an RV for vacations in the USA. Any idea places to store the unit safe for the time we're not using it? Well, it depends on what city you're going to fly in and out of, but lots of places have storage. I'd pick the city that's the best airfare for you and where you're going to go, and then I'd do a search around. I'd call a couple of RV dealers in that area and say, hey, we're going to, some of them, who knows? Somebody might say, hey, you can keep it here. But that is great, and thank you for tuning in from Puerto Rico. Enjoy it. We were talking about apps a while ago. Sean says, I've been using Allstays on my iPad for 18 months all across the USA. Worked wonders. Never felt a lot of resources when finding a place to stay. Yeah, it's a really good one. It really is. When does Roadtrek change model years like cars in the fall of January? Well, they don't. Um, You know, what they do is they change chassis. Right now, the next chassis will be the 2019, say, Mercedes Sprinters, which are in very short supply. All Sprinter chassis. Ask any RV manufacturer; they're trying to. They can't get enough Sprinter chassis. So that technically is the change, but uh, Roadtrek and the other manufacturers are constantly innovating. So you might have a 2019 that you buy in June, and by January, they may have added a few more things that are now standard on the rest of the 2019s, if you follow what I'm saying. So they're always putting and improving the vehicle. But the technical year of the chassis changes, like cars, late summer and spring. And right now it's the 2019 Sprinter chassis that everybody's hoping to get a hold of. Okay, our subscriber count, we dropped another one. We're down. No, I guess we're up there. We're 49,918 is where we are right now, and we are hoping to get to 50,000. And let's see, are you folks still on Wednesday at 5 p.m.? We only did that once, I think, on Facebook. We were going to try and go on Facebook and do a live report, but it gets too crazy to do 2 live shots a day. We do on Facebook, on our Facebook page, from time to time. Um, there is technically a way I can do this and Facebook at the same time. However, Facebook comments don't appear here, and so people would be asking stuff on Facebook, and I wouldn't have a way to be able to respond to them. But you can here on YouTube. So we're not doing it. That's kind of the time when we do when we can. We will go live at 5 on Facebook, on our Facebook page, but it's not an every weekly thing because it gets pretty hard for us to pull all of that. Jay Hunt, I am into the 7th week on a delivery of a 2019 Roadtrek Zion. Do you know from the past how much more time for delivery? I can't wait.
I don't know.
All I can tell you is that the Class B market is booming and just crazy. There are a lot of delays because they just can't get chassis. Now, you're on the Dodge ProMaster chassis, so they're a little easier to get than like the Sprinter chassis. But I would stay right on top of my dealer or whoever you ordered it from, and ask them to keep giving you estimates.
Be a squeaky wheel.
Yeah, be a squeaky wheel and ask and see. And that's probably the best advice I can give you is just keep checking back and go from there. What can you tell Move about 4x4? Maybe that's what can you tell Move about 4 by
Maybe
more
more about the
4x4
4x4.
Class B comparison? Well, one, Sprinters are really hard to get. Class B Sprinter 4x4s are even harder to get than the hard to get Sprinter chassis, if that makes sense. You're probably talking, if you ordered one, a year at least.
Probably more than that.
Maybe even more than that. So in our case, we have it, and less mileage, much rougher ride. In fact, I was trying to sleep in the back of it yesterday, just driving down an interstate. And I mean, I was levitating. Just the little lumps in the road, the little expansion joints in the road. I mean, in the back, you are bouncing like crazy. So it's a very much rougher ride in the back.
So you need to drop some money, more money. What
You
about
can
6,000,
get
8,000?
$6,000 to $8,000 for airlift suspension, and that depends on what the batteries are and how many batteries. Not all suspension systems will work because you may have more batteries. You may have an under-mounted air conditioning system. So you gotta. It's not a slam dunk that you can even get the air suspension. But if you get air suspension, it's another $6,000 to $8,000. And mileage, again, it doesn't. I get much worse mileage. So the one thing I would not get again if I was just buying is 4x4 because I don't need it. I like the clearance, but frankly, we have gotten so used to boondocking that we can tell by looking at a road whether it's one we want to go down or not, and we always go ahead and check it and make sure we're
But
not
if you
gonna
live
bottom
out west, you're going to spend a lot of time on crazy roads.
Yep.
It might be worth it for you.
Yep. So that's about it. It's a very costly option as well. So there you go.
Oh, a sports-related question. Did they ever know that you are not a sports person?
Go for it, Rick. Go ahead. No, I am not. Let's see. I know I know touchdowns because I've been
You have
watching my
to, you have
grandson
to
play football.
understand that when people would hear you were a reporter, they would get so excited thinking you were a sports reporter.
They did.
They didn't
Yep,
know you did crime and the mafia and
yep,
drugs and
yep. That was my beat.
violence.
But no, well, Rick, I probably am not going to get you as a subscriber then. We don't talk a lot about sports other than tailgating in an RV. I'm pretty good on that, and we enjoy it.
And then without your role model of loving sports, both of our boys love sports. And can
Oh
tell
my
you the
gosh,
name of
yeah,
every player, every team, every coach, every everything. And our oldest son would sit in front of the TV and he absorbed it like at 2 or 3. He was just
yeah. And his kids, our
soaking
other
in
sons,
football.
our sons, our older son's kids, his kids are actually all sports nuts too. So, um, I mean, I really don't follow it other than my grandson's football team. So there you go. And
And
John,
baseball.
John says, thank you so much for sharing your knowledge and patience with repeat questions.
Well,
Well,
no, how are you going to figure it out?
yeah, I mean, it's kind of good. Hopefully, our answers are always the same with those repeats. But as we learn new stuff, we sort of change off on those too. Hey, a couple quick things on where we're headed for. We're here at our Sticks and Bricks home in Michigan until, boy, look how dark it's getting already.
Yeah.
It's 7, not
I
even
thought where we're
8
headed
o'clock.
for is Bo's Walk. I was
Oh, yeah, we're going for Bo's Walk. Well, from here, we're going to quickly go to take Bo for a walk.
what
And
walk?
then we're here actually for 4 or 5 days, and then we hit the road for one of our road
Algonquin.
trekking gatherings, and we're going up to Algonquin Provincial Park, way up in northern Ontario, and that is going to be a ball. Can't wait for that. We'll be coming to you next Sunday from somewhere up near there, wherever we can find a really good, robust internet connection. And then we're only there for a couple of days. We can't stay. We have
Unfortunately,
to leave there a little bit early because we have to drive from there all the way down
home.
to home, yeah, and drop off Bo.
Drop off Bo. Bo
Our
can't
daughter
go
will
to
watch
Hershey.
him, and then we have to skedaddle east to Hershey, Pennsylvania. For those of you who are going to America's largest RV show in Hershey, we will be there the afternoon or the days, Saturday and Sunday, the 15th and 16th. From what time?
11 to 1.
And you can find us at the Roadtrek Erwin Hymer booth. We'll also be wandering about doing videos and stuff. So that's in Hershey, Pennsylvania. So that's the next 2 weeks of our travels. From there, we go to the Elkhart RV Dealers Open House. That's not a public event, but it's a big deal in the industry. We'll have reports from there for you.
Then Bo goes to our sons.
Then Bo goes to
Just
our
for Bo
sons.
followers.
He's on the way to Elkhart. And then after that, we are going to fly out to the RVIA California RV Show. That is a huge show in Pomona, California in October. So that is where we are going over the next couple bit.
So I'm thinking we need a washer dryer installed in the RV. No, just joking.
Rick says, what sport does Mike Trout play? Well, the Mike Trout I know is a bicyclist. But I bet this is a different Mike Trout. This Mike Trout worked for Focus on the Family years ago, and he was
Geez,
a bicyclist.
you could cheat and use your
Yeah,
phone or
can I call home? Can I call a friend? Somebody give me an answer. I can use that. Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe baseball. I don't know. Judy says, when does your first snow usually happen in Michigan? November, usually. Maybe a flurry in late October, but very rare. I just noticed today there's a winter storm watch. The first winter storm watch of the year is posted for Alaska, parts of Alaska at elevation, expecting a foot of snow. So it's coming. It is coming on this unofficial end of weekend celebration here. So that's good. And Dan says, any idea the reliability of Hymer's Volt Start? Well, this will be saved as a video. Dan, go back and listen. We talked about it extensively about 45 minutes ago. It's very reliable, at least from our experience and the experience of everybody I know who has one. It's a great system, and it works. It's really good. Hey, look at that! I was right. I said baseball. Didn't I say it? Oh, Bill said that. Well, I did it. See, I got it right. So now you got to subscribe. All right, let's do a quick subscriber count. Where'd we go? No place. You guys maybe you're already subscribers that are watching this. 49,918 is our tally at this moment.
Unless someone's thinking that we're pushing new RVs. We always tell people to buy a used one.
Yeah.
If you're going to get one, get a used one.
Yeah, that's it.
It's just like a car. You drive off the parking lot. The depreciation.
Yeah, I would probably suggest buying a used one always. Keith says, would you get a better deal in the wintertime on a Class B? Maybe. Sure, probably you would because that's the slow season if it's on the lot.
Do they have a slow season? Because I'm thinking about other Class B manufacturers as well. That you wait a year. You
Yeah.
make an
For if
order
you're
and you
ordering it
wait.
to be made at the factory, you're waiting
So I
months.
don't think they
Months.
have a slow time. They have just this big waiting list.
Well, you do have
I'm thinking leisure time.
well, Leisure Time and Pleasure Way and Roadtrek, Winnebago, Airstream, Advanced RV. They all take a long time to build if you're buying one at the factory, custom built
I mean, if you
on
had
order.
lots of money and you could figure out exactly what you wanted and pick everything out, get that light interior, dark interior, whatever you want, really figure it out.
Yeah.
If you're the engineer type
But that'll take you a while.
and you need to
But
do
the
your
good
homework.
deals are found on the lots where dealers
Yes.
have had them. They want to sell them.
And it
And,
shows.
and that shows where they bring them. They don't want to drive them all the way back. So those are the good deals. And yeah, lots of RVs at and on dealerships around the country.
And do your homework before you go to a show. Find a local dealer. That's not nice using the local dealer. Ride in one, ride in the back, ride in the front.
Yep. Get
Do your
comfortable.
homework. Homework.
49,918 is our tally,
Gee, it might
and
be next Sunday.
yeah, we might be here next Sunday, still trying to reach it there. So we'll let you know who gets
I was
closest.
teasing you.
Yeah, that's the truth, though. I was hoping we would do better than 18 subscriber pickups. Or I don't think it's that. It's like 11 since we started the show. So I'm a little depressed.
Oh,
And with that, I'm
You're
gonna
fine.
end it. I'm fine. You think?
mhm,
All right,
you're
let's
just
go.
fine.
It's good. All right. All right. Rick says he did subscribe, and thanks for being good sports. Oh, look at that. That's good. Well, I just was a guest, Vic, about Mike Trout. So I'm not a. I know a little. I don't even know who the Tiger Star, the Detroit Tiger Stars are.
The first Tiger game you went to when you were covering it as a journalist,
Uh huh.
remember? It was like the World Series.
Oh yeah, that's the first professional
First
baseball was
baseball.
yeah. I've gone to like three World Series, 2 World Series. Baseball
very
games
first
and
game that you went
and
to.
a Super Bowl. I don't know any of the people were. So that's good.
But
Uh,
you could name crime people.
yeah, Mark wants to know our appearance dates at the RV show in Pomona.
It's the first Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, I believe it's the 5th and 6th. I have my notes, but they
They
kind
blew
of
away.
the wind blew it away out
I
here.
suppose I could go fetch it if you need
I don't
it.
even know where it is. You
I see it. I
Yeah,
see it.
yeah,
If
check
Bo
and
were
see.
good for something,
Yeah,
I
Bo,
could,
fetch.
Bo, fetch.
I believe it's the Saturday and Sunday of Pomona. Pomona's a really long show, and it's the first weekend. I believe it's like the 5th and the 6th, and we'll find out here in a minute. Jennifer's picking up our great notes here that we had. All right. Yeah, look at that. I got it right. See, there's our notes. That's our little outline that we were going to talk about tonight. Yeah, we will be in Pomona October 5th and 6th. And you can find us there at the Erwin Hymer Roadtrek Group. Folks of Mike Thompson RV will be there, and we'll be hanging out with them. So it's there. Okay, Lum Edwards. I know you've probably heard this type of question before, but your advice for the affordable health insurance for a couple too young for Medicare. I'm 51. My wife's 48. Hey, I don't know. Shop it locally. There's a lot of, I have no idea where you'd find affordable health insurance. That's a whole different topic of conversation from the RV
And
lifestyle.
boy, that's
You
changing
need it.
so
You certainly
daily.
need it. But
And don't forget, if you go into another country,
yeah,
have health coverage.
you want to have health coverage. That's right. That's right. You do, and that's good. What's considered high mileage for a diesel road trek? 175,000, 200,000 miles. I mean, they go forever. I'd say 175. It's probably high, I would call it, and go from there. Let's see. Well, hi to Jeff. That's our second viewer we've had in Thailand. It's 6 in the morning, 7 in the morning there, Jeff. Good morning. Thank you for
We have
checking
been
in.
to Thailand.
We've been to Thailand, and we think it is an absolutely beautiful country. One of the most incredible museums I've ever seen. Where was that? It was up near the border, near Chiang Rai. It was a drug museum about opium, and the high cost of opium and the drug wars and all. It was a most incredible museum. It was in Thailand,
Mm-hmm.
and
Whoops,
knock on the
jar on the
table.
table. Here.
Anyway,
Getting too excited.
thank you for being with us from.
Wonderful, friendly people.
Yeah, that's great.
Beautiful country.
Hey, we are at the end of Bo's patience, and you know what that means. It means it's time for us to end this. It's been an hour, and wow, we've had a lot of questions. So one last check of our subscriber count, and I'm still depressed. It's 49,918. I'm not going to talk about it anymore. We're not going to hit 50,000. So if I find somebody who has hit it and it happens, I'll let you know whoever is the closest to it, and we'll still give you a couple of shirts. These are our shirts. You can find all of our clothing, hats, coffee cups, those new shirt designs. They're really pretty cool shirt designs. So go check them all out, and that you'll find at our RV Lifestyle store. And there's the address for that. So run over. Since we didn't hit 50,000, somebody go buy a shirt and make us happy. We'll be glad. Thank you guys so much for being a part of the program. And we're on every Sunday night at this time, and we have new content on the blog. Don't forget the newsletter. Lots to talk about. And our podcast this week. You want to listen to the podcast and watch the interview. I reveal it's true confession time. Let me just put it that way. True confession time on the podcast Wednesday. So you want to see that. All right. God bless you all. We're going to go walk with the dog, and I'm going to commiserate that we didn't hit 50,000. I really thought we would
Maybe
do
you can
it.
pass out your card or something at the
Yeah.
park we're going
we
to.
walk our dog. You know where we walk our dog? We take him to an RV park just 4 miles from our house. That's where we walk him. So I'll give him my card. Maybe we can get some people there. All right. Thank you, guys. Have a great week. God bless, and enjoy Labor Day tomorrow, the end of summer. Fall's the best time to camp, though. Bye-bye.
That's right.